Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Jay, we're from Heroes to Icons, and it is Friday night, March 20th, at the time of this recording, and we are covering the comic books coming out for this Wednesday, March 25th. Here's some things that I wanted to run down. I know I am late, and very late. You guys gotta excuse me for being absent last week. Got sick. But we're on the mend, but now we are locked down with the kids, and this homeschool thing is for the birds. But anyway, really quick before we jump into these books, three things I just wanted to talk about real quick. Glad that I think it's Jeff Johns and Jason Fabak is finally coming out with the Three Jokers storyline, which should be a smash hit. Hope it's magazine size, even though we know it's going to most likely be square bound anyway. That looks super dope. I believe the first book comes out in June. Be happy to see that. And I believe all of those books will be having two covers. And for the cover A, obviously is the Joker, and for the cover B of issue number 1 is a face picture of Batman. I'm betting on Robin and Batgirl being on the covers of cover B for issue number 2 and 3. And I finally got to play that Final Fantasy VII demo. Pure fire. Super sick. And cannot wait to get my copy of it, even though I may have to wait. And the Resident Evil 3 remake trailer is out, although I have not played that yet. And last but not least, Free Comic Book Day has been indefinitely postponed by Diamond Distributors, and we have no idea right now what day that will be coming back. So without any further ado, let's jump into these books. And I guess I should try my best to do something earlier, since we don't know if we'll be able to make it to the comic book stores, if they'll be doing curbside drop-offs like many of our LCSs are doing, or having a mail to the house. Have no clue as of right now. But anyway, as most of the time, we're going to start off with DC Comics. Action Comics 1021 by Brian Michael Bendis and John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. is doing cover A, and Lucio Perillo is doing cover B. Basket Full of Heads number 6. I believe this is the last book in this series, by Joe Hill and Leo Mox. Rico Murakami is doing cover A, and Matteo Scalera is doing cover B. Batgirl number 45 by Cecil Castellucci and Carmine Giandomenico. Giuseppe Camacoli is doing cover A, and Terry Dotson is doing cover B. Batman Beyond number 42 by Dan Jurgens and Sean Chen. Dustin Nguyen is doing cover A, and Francis Manipool is doing cover B. Batman Curse of the White Knight number 8. This is the last issue in this series, and it is drawn, written, and both covers by Sean Murphy. Batman Superman number 8 by Joshua Williamson and Nick Darrington. Darrington is doing cover A, and Andy Kubert is doing cover B. Batman 90 is getting a second print this week, and I believe it is the same cover, but the trade dress is off of it. It just has Batman 90 in the top left-hand corner. Detective Comics 1021 by Peter Tomasi and Brad Walker. Glad to have Brad Walker on this book for a little bit longer. Brad Walker is doing cover A, and Lee Bermejo is doing cover B. We have $2 comics, both Justice League books. We have the JLA number 1 by Brad Meltzer and Jor Bennett. And we have the New 52 Justice League number 1 by Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. Far Sector number 5 book is smashing, personally, by N.K. Jemisin and Jamal Campbell. Campbell is doing cover A, and Warren Lau is doing cover B, which is super dope. Flash 752 by Joshua Williamson and Howard Porter. Howard Porter is doing cover A, and Ji Gyun Yoon is doing cover B. Red Hood Outlaw number 44 by Scott Lobdell and Chris Cross. Paleo Patalina is doing cover A, and Philip Tan is doing cover B. The Last God, number 6, by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Riccardo Federici. And that has one cover by Federici. And I think this is the second issue in the next part of this storyline. Last book by DC Comics is Wonder Woman 754 by Steve Orlando and Max Raynor. Robson Rocha is doing cover A, and Raphael Grandpa is doing cover B. Image Comics, moving over here. Philadelphia number 5 by Rodney Barnes and Jason Shaw Alexander. Jason Shaw Alexander is doing cover A, and Neil Adams is doing cover B. A new book and one of my favorites from Image, Lucy Claire Redemption number 4, written, drawn, and both covers by John Upchurch. Last book from Image Comics is On the Stump number 2 by Chuck Brown and Prinzi. Prinzi is doing cover A, and Sanford Green is doing cover B. And you guys should look out for those cover Bs that Sanford Green is doing, because the image that's on the front is the exact image on the back, but it's just, with no trade dress and nothing. It's pretty nice looking. Moving over to our indie comics, we have Folklords number 5 by Matt Kine and Matt Smith. Matt Smith is doing cover A, and Jeff Smith is doing cover B. And that is the last issue in that series. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 49 by Ryan Perot and Danielle DiNiculio. Jamal Campbell is doing cover A. Gone Montes is doing the foil cover for cover B. And Chris Anka gives us the incentive cover for cover C. Once in Future number 7 by Karen Gillian and Dan Mora. Dan Mora is doing cover A, and Jenny Frizen is doing cover B, which I believe is a FOC variant. Last indie book is Exo Man of War number 1 by Dennis Hallman and Elio Lasso. Cover A is by Christian Ward. Cover B is by Jeff DeCal. Cover C is by Rod Reyes. Cover D is a blank cover. Greg Smallwood is doing cover E, and cover F is an incentive cover. I don't know if it's a variant, ratio or nothing like that. Last up, we got Marvel Comics. I'm going to give Spider-Man a teeny bit of love on this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 42 by Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley. Ryan Otley is doing cover A, and Tony Daniel is doing cover B. Slow motion over there on Amazing Spider-Man. Black Panther, I believe this is number 22 by Tanase Coates and Ryan O'Donovan. Yeah, something like that. Cover A is by Daniel Acuna, and cover B is by Carrie Andrews. And I think there's only 3 more issues left of this. This book ends at issue number 25, I believe. Falcon and Winter Soldier number 2 by Derek Landy and Federico Vincentini. Cover A is by Dan Mora, and cover B is by Paco Medina. We have Fantastic Four Snapshot number 1 by Evan Dorkin and Benjamin Dewey. Alex Ross, of course, is doing cover A. Benjamin Dewey is doing cover B. And we have a Jack Kirby incentive cover for cover C. Giant Size X-Men Nightcrawler number 1 by Jonathan Hickman and Alan Davis. Alan Davis is doing cover A, and Miko Sayuan is doing cover B. There's a third cover, but I do not have that shown. New Dawn of X book, Helions number 1 by Zeb Wells and Stefan Sokovia. Sokovia is doing cover A. Will Spataccio is doing cover B. Mike Deodato Jr. is doing cover C. Jim Lee has a Psylocke cover for, I think it's a 1 in 100 or something like that. And cover E is the orange blank cover. Big book for the Immortal Hulk number 33. I don't know what legacy numbering they're trying to do for this, but it's like an oversized issue. And that is by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Alex Ross is doing cover A. Joe Bennett gives us a throwback homage cover for cover B. Cover C is a Spider-Woman cover, and cover D is the purple blank variant which goes for about $200. We have an Incredible Hulk 182 facsimile, which I guess rounds out the Hulk 180 story trilogy or what have you. Ravencroft #3 by Frank Terry and Angel Unzeta. Kyle Hotz is doing cover A, and E.M. Geist is doing cover B. Star Wars Bounty Hunters #2 by Ethan Sachs and Paulo Vianelli. Seemed like that book came out pretty quick, but I only got one cover for that. True Believers, we have 3 books coming from that. We have a Fantastic Four, and Avengers, and She-Hulk #1. So if you don't have She-Hulk #1, you can get it, a few copies of that, for $1. Wolverine #2 by Ben Percy and Adam Kubert. Adam Kubert is doing cover A. David Finch is doing cover B. And we have a Spider-Woman cover for cover C. X-Men Fantastic Four #3 by Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson. Dodson's doing cover A. Megan Hetrick is doing cover B, which is the flower variant. And Mark Brooks continues his connecting covers for cover C. Last book for Marvel Comics, X-Men #9 by Jonathan Hickman and Lionel Francis Yu. Lionel Yu is doing cover A, and cover B is an Unknown Comics variant by Jay Anacleto. And that is it for the books for this week. For our covers of the week, we have Batman Beyond #42, the Francis Manipool cover. Of course, it looks super dope with no trade dress on it. Excuse me. Far Sector #5, the Warren Lowe cover. And even though it's all computer, it's pretty dope. Exo Man of War #1, the Jeff DeCal cover, which I think is the cover B. Really sharp. Detective Comics 1021, the Lee Bermejo cover. Batman never looked better. Philadelphia #5, cover A by Jason Shaw Alexander. And the cover of the week is Once and Future #7, the Jenny Frison FOC variant cover. Our books of the week, we have Giant Size X-Men Nightcrawler #1, of course, because it's by Excalibur artist Alan Davis. New Dawn of X book, Hillians #1. I guess you have to get it right. Batman Curse of the White Knight #8, which is the finale for the Curse of the White Knight, one of my favorites. You know it's going to be on the list. Folklords #5, and that is the last issue for that book. And my book of the week is Once and Future #1, and I believe this starts a new storyline in this series. We have 3 honorable mentions: Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #49, On the Stump #2, and Lucy Claire Redemption #4. All right, folks. Hopefully, I wasn't too late. And I will catch you guys at the same bat time and maybe at the same bat channel. Y'all be safe out there. Peace.